This is Cromar with TGN, welcoming you to another World of Warcraft Cataclysm video. This is a follow-up to part 21 of DPS Rundown. This is the Enhancement Shaman, and we're going to look at a couple of questions that people had about the spec and about the talent build and all that stuff. So, I've gotten a lot of replies, obviously, if you can see the comments thread in the original video, and out of the coherent ones, what people are saying is that they think you should be using Feral Spirit Glyph over flametongue glyph, as if that makes a difference. So what we're going to do is find out how much it actually increases the damage of your spirit wolves. Just to recap, I'm currently using flametongue weapon, and this is the one that people say I should be using, Glyph of Feral Spirit. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how much damage the Feral Spirits actually do with and without the glyph, and then divide that by 25%, or multiply it by 25%, since it's only a 25% uptime. In order to do this test, I'm just in 359 gear. There's no weird procs or anything. My trinkets are just haste and crit rating, so that won't affect the test. I'm just going to put down my totems like normal, and I'm going to auto attack and then put the wolves out. I just want to minimize the amount of stuff going on so that we can look at the results. Now, we aren't looking at the actual DPS of the wolves. We're looking at the DPS increase once the glyph is taken into effect. Although we'll have the numbers for the DPS too, but the main reason I'm doing this is to show whether or not the glyph increases by a significant amount. Now, for the full spec and rotation, you want to watch the original video, the original episode 21, and there'll be a link in the description to go to that video if you have not seen it. So let's get on with the test. What I'm going to do is just start auto-attacking, put my totems down, and Feral Spirit not in that order. So here we go. Mainly auto-attacking, not for comparison purposes, it's just so it doesn't confuse recount. I think it'll be fine if I just put on overall data, which it should be, yeah, which it is, and it was just cleared out, so it'll be fine, but I'm just going to be paranoid about it and just auto-attack anyway. It won't really mess up the results at all. After all, my trinket procs are not attack power procs, so it's not like it's going to screw with the results. And Unleashed Rage, of course, is a aura, constant aura in Cataclysm and the 4.0 patch, so there's not that to take into account either. There we go, so that's done. So the wolves finished at about 1100 DPS, not bad, and that was without the glyph. So, glyphs. Okay, I'm going to get something to drink while I wait for this cooldown to be up, and then we'll run it again with the glyph. So here we go with the next test. Again, we put the Feral Spirit glyph on in place of the flametongue totem, so we're just going to auto attack and let the dogs out. Get it? Yeah, fun, I know. Hilarious. So there we go. With the glyph, same totem, same everything. Now the only variable here is landslide, and hopefully it shouldn't matter. So, the numbers now show about 1472. Now keep in mind that your Feral Spirits only have an uptime of 25%, so the amount of DPS that you're gaining is, drumroll please, 91 DPS is what we gained with the new glyph. No, I don't think that that's going to be better than Glyph of Flametongue, but even if it was, even if Glyph of Flametongue added 0 DPS, what's the difference? It's only 91 DPS, it's not that big of a deal. I know this is a really small sample size, but the point is the actual gain in damage from the wolves is really, really small in the grand scheme of things, and it doesn't boost your damage in any other way. There's no synergy to it. Glyph of Flametongue, however, boosts your crit percent. So boosting more spell crit means more uptime and elemental devastation. So bottom line, the conclusion from this video is that the Feral Spirit glyph does not add very much DPS at all, whereas your Flametongue is actually much better, and you should definitely use Flametongue glyph over Feral Spirit. And the other two glyphs are very obvious, since Lava Lash is like 12% of your DPS, usually like 10 to 12% of your DPS, and this is a huge buff to it. And the other one, Storm Strike, is even better because it gives your Earth Shock and your Lightning Bolt a huge boost, not only to their own DPS, but into to your Elemental Devastation uptime, which is extremely important. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. This is Cromar with TGN, as always, asking you to please rate, please comment, and please subscribe.